Have you ever reached a point in your life where you are experiencing a life-changing identity crisis? For example, if you're a zebra, are you black with white stripes or the other way around? The kind where you don't know who you are or where you belong. Am I Arnold, the only Indian kid in an all-white school? Or Junior, the traitor who turned his back on his tribe? I've had so many names so far that I lost count. Some call me Arnie, some call me retarded fag. You take your pick. The good thing is I like to draw. It's the only thing that keeps me sane. I was born with water in my brain. Well, I survived obviously, but it gave me side effects like abnormally large feet, 10 extra teeth, a lisp, and a stutter. Believe me, it's not easy living on the res. It's even harder trying to live on the res with all this abnormal shit. My best friend is Rowdy. Well, he kinda lives up to his name. Although he tries to act all tough, I know deep down somewhere he has a very soft heart. Wellpinit Reservation isn't exactly the best place for a vacation. Everybody's super poor, and there isn't a lot to do here except drinking. Oh, and beat on the wimp with giant glasses and epilepsy. That seems to be everyone's favorite hobby around here. Oh, and here's my family. This is my mom. She's like super smart or something. She can remember anything she reads. Holy, here's my sister, who lives in the basement, or so I've heard. I mean, she never comes out. Sometimes I wonder if she's turned into a vampire or something. Here's my grandmother, who I adore deeply. She's tolerating and forgiving, and I feel like she knows everything. And wait, here's my dad. Of course he's drunk again. I used to have a dog too, but we were too poor to fix him up when he was sick, so we had to let him go. Poverty sucks. I have to put up with a lot around here, but strangely, it's geometry that sent me over the edge. Normally, I like right angles and isosceles triangles, but that was before I saw my mom's name in the textbook. So unless she lied about her age, my class was using the dusty old textbook from over 30 years ago. I was just so mad. I was mad at my own government for trying to so-called civilize us and in reality wipe down our culture. I am mad at God for not giving a shit about us. I am mad that I had to be born in such a poor environment. But mostly, I'm mad at myself for not doing anything, for not being able to do anything to change that. I expressed my frustration by throwing that textbook. I wasn't trying to aim at the teacher, to be honest. I thought I was going to be shipped off to boot camp for sure, but after the suspension, Mr. P was actually pretty understanding. He told me I had to get off the reservation somehow because apparently he had seen a spark in me. I mean, I am native, an Indian. Maybe the water in my brain has flooded my conscience. I chose to listen to him, and the best escape plan I can think of is to transfer to a new school. I knew I'd have a tough time fitting in Riordan because it's not exactly known for its diversity. Rowdy definitely didn't take the news well. It probably didn't help matters that Riordan is filled with rich white kids, but I made a new friend called Gordy who was even weirder than I was. And another friend was Penelope. Imagine an amazing pretty girl who was somehow willing to date me. I even joined the Riordan basketball team, and unfortunately I had to compete against Rowdy, who welcomed me back with a mild concussion. I had to deal with a lot of stuff at home. Drunk driving was pretty much a way of life back in Wellpinit, but it took on a new meaning when it killed my grandmother. My grandmother's last words were to forgive him. Even in her final seconds of life, she still decided to forgive the person who killed her. We all mourned for her. And at the funeral, we all laughed, because sometimes with death, laughing and crying is basically the same thing. Then I lost Eugene, my dad's best friend, to a pointless fight for a bottle of booze. At least we managed to beat Rowdy and Wellpinit, the team on the court. In fact, I humiliated them. It should have been a major victory, but I learned that there isn't much glory to feeding your own tribe. Wow, it looked like my sister Mary is going to defeat the curse, but when she moved to Montana with her husband, it followed her there too. I don't want to get into any details, but it was related to alcohol again. But maybe there is hope for the future. I'm going back to Riordan next year, and Rowdy is actually talking to me again. With his words, not his fists. Now I can finally answer my own question. I am no longer a part-time Indian or white. I am a full-time nomad.